Alright, I'm starting another print of many that are going to occur today. As you can see, I'm printing in the same means that I have always printed because it works. So that's all that counts for me, that if it works, I just keep using it. Don't fix what's broken, as they say. It's obvious what you see here. This is the first layer of a multi-part print. There's actually going to be 3 pieces, 2, and then the third one's over here. You can kind of see the skirt there, but that'll improve. And what I'm looking for, and the reason I use tape, I always use tape, there's several reasons I use tape, but one of which is that it gives me a contrast in color between the mirror and here. So when the filament goes down with a perfect skirt, or with a good skirt, you can see where it is. You can see how well it is going down. When it's doing the first layer, you can also see, again, you don't have to take my word for any of this, because this is visually what I see and how I learn when I print. You can kind of see here it's almost translucent. So the blue, the discolor, the contrast in color gives me an almost blue contrast right here. It's almost translucent. That's what I'm looking for. That tells me that the first layer is going down perfectly, and it's going down perfect for what I'm accustomed to, what I've trained myself to look for. And the tape gives me that opportunity every time. I'm not guessing. If it was going down on glass, you'd kind of see a reflection of itself, which would be very, unconcerning. You can't tell what the hell is going on. You guess, well, maybe it's going down good because it's glass, but I wanted more than that. I wanted to be able to see how the first layer is going down, because if the first layer goes down like crap, there's nothing to build on. If it goes down like crap, then it's building on crap. So I want the first layer, including the skirt, to go down as you see it here. Again, it's almost translucent, and you can see that because of the tape. That's why I use it. Also, when this print is to be removed, it's easy. I hardly have to put any effort into it at all. You can also see there's no brim. No brim. No wrath. No messy Elmer's purple glue stick. And I don't have to smear any glue on here. Wait for it to dry, I guess. And then I got to clean all that crap off. Okay? So if it was on mirror, you'd have all that crap to deal with. Since I do it this way, there is no glue. There is no wrath. There is no brim. Also, there is no heat. Right here, set point is 0. That's room temperature. So there's so many advantages to this. They say, well, you get a heated bed, why'd you use it? Because there's too many issues that come up with heating the bed and cooling the bed. And I don't want to have to heat and cool between each print. I tend to do one print after another. I don't want to deal with leveling the bed all the time. So I tend to do it in this fashion so that when this print is done, I remove this glass, this mirror, and I put another one on. Then I remove the print itself from this surface over there, away from the printer. I don't want to disrupt the levers. Many people remove the print while it's still sitting on the carriage. Of course it's going to mess up the levers. Of course you're going to have to do something to change that. Well, these are the original springs. They're not yellow springs. They're not solid chunks of rubber. I kind of like the safety factor of these springs because it has a little bit of safety. So if indeed, while that gantry is going down, it doesn't crush anything in between the gantry and the bed. The bed kind of has a little bit of give. If you have, technically if you bolt that down, you got no safety at all. So this gives me that comfort of knowing that, I could pull my hand out or pull the piece out or do something, and there's a little bit of give between the nozzle or the head or anything coming down, because the bed itself has a little bit of flex to it. That's a safety feature, as well as being able to level the bed. To make a short story long, I use paper. This is the Paper Feeler Gage. It's old school tramming tool. It's been around for years and it still works. This works. This is a thin piece of paper. It's used as a feeler gauge, and they call it a feeler gauge for a reason, because you are feeling the nozzle pressure on the tape with a piece of paper. If it's loose, it's not close enough. If it's too tight, you can't even move it, it's too close. You need that feel that tells you that the distance between the nozzle and the print surface, and I don't mean out here, it's not printing out here, it's printing in here. So as you can see, I only put the tape where the printing will take place. I only tram the bed where the printing will take place. Not even in the center. I go 4 corners, level, 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 make them exactly the same. The distance is already taken care of because of the paper thickness, and we're done. There's no G-code printing or test printing or any of the electronic gizmo needed here on the side. And people say, oh yeah, the gizmo's there for, once you learn to install it. But technically, you don't even need it. That's what I'm saying. You don't even need the electronic gizmo. As long as the bed starts out flat, left to right, front to back. If it's flat, this has nothing to compensate for. The electronic gizmo gadget has nothing to compensate for because it's flat. So it's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, all whatever the numbers are. It's flat. So you don't even need this, is what I'm trying to say. So once you have this set up like this, you don't need that. If you need that, great. Go ahead, learn to use it, make sure it works, blah, blah, blah. Good luck. So that's why I don't print without it, or print with it, because I don't need it. I never have in 3.5, almost 4 years. I've printed 3,500 prints since I've owned printers. I have 4 ENDER 3s. And another thing, this is not a metal extruder. I don't need to change it to a metal extruder because someone says to. This is fact right here. This is what you see is happening. This is proof of the print. It's proof in the doing. I'm using the plastic body right now. If that arm ever cracks, okay, that people say, oh geez, you're going to have problems with that lever. Okay, so you got problems with the lever. Don't change the body because the lever has a problem. You blame all of this on everything. It's like your air goes low in your tire. You don't replace a tire, you put air in it. So just replace the little arm here. It's $3, 5 minutes. Take that screw out, put it back in. There's no calibration, no E-step changes, no gear changes, no anything. No fooling around with it for the rest of the printer's life. This works. Keep the body. Let it do its job. Change the arm, and then if you buy an arm brand new from the factory, it's never been installed. It's never been under stress, ever. It's brand new in the package when you get it. Replace it, move on. Right? Again, no test G-codes to test your skills. Just make sure you know what you're doing with the Paper Feeler Gage. Start the print, and you're done. And then now you can move on to removing the print from the other mirror you took off earlier. All right? This is on its own right now. Let the printer do its job. Let it work for you. All right? Not against you. Everybody changes everything, and now you've got this to deal with. You got that to deal with. If you go to direct dive, you got that to deal with. This is the head, the Bowden tube, the extruder. ABC 1, 2, 3. You don't change this. Work with it. Make it work. It works every time. All right? There's no fiddling around with it. The Bowden tube is white. It's the regular, came in the box Bowden tube. Because I print PLA all the time. The head, and you can see it right here. There's no added weight, because you add direct drive, you're adding all of the weight from this right on top of here. I would rather say I'm going to produce a print without all that added weight or changing the fan shrouds or any of that crap. This is how it works. This is it working now. See, I'm not hiding or blocking anything. This is it. This is it. Okay? Pretty simple. I mean, 3D printing is simple if you just let it